Watch this. Look at that. We're fasting. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Andrew Fillion. In this video, I'm doing an open-ended fast. What that means is that there's no set target time or end date. I'm just fasting and we're gonna see how long I can go. If you're coming here for my previous video, you'll know that I had 24 eggs a day for 7 days. Felt great the whole time. I loved it. And I also dropped 4.2 pounds if you really want to get specific with it. That's really awesome. Now this week, we're probably gonna lose even more weight because fasting is 0 calories. There's no better way to burn body fat than to do it fast. Now I'm not saying fast all the time just to lose body fat, but the cool thing is, if you're ever in a rut, and you can't figure out how to break through plateaus, the nice thing with fasting is there's no calories coming in, so that means that energy has to be going out. What I'm gonna do in a few minutes here is I'm gonna spin around, show you guys what my starting physique is, starting weight, starting numbers, and we're gonna fast all the way through to when I say, okay, I'm ready to stop. At that point, I'll go and do another weigh-in and spin around, and we'll see how the progress went. Throughout the course of this video, I'll probably check in maybe every 12 hours or so, just to give you guys quick little updates of how I'm feeling, what thoughts are going through my head, and also like what I do to mitigate some of the stress that comes from a fast, things like getting headaches, dizziness, weakness. A lot of these things would be triaged with just good electrolyte balance. So to kick that off, because if you're gonna fast, you really should have the electrolytes. So I'll just hit that right now. You wanna have, for every liter of water, 1 gram of salt, 500 milligrams of potassium, and then maybe like 200 milligrams of magnesium. You get these 3 together, it's gonna really go a long way at preventing aches, muscle pains, headaches. Heart palpitations can be really bad if you're fasting and your electrolytes are all whacked out. We're gonna address all of that with this recipe. So put that in the water, carry it with you, bring it with you. That's what I'm gonna be doing. If you're fasting, there's literally no reason not to do this. So I just wanted to kind of get that one out right here. All right, guys, with that, let's go do the check-in, and we're going to get this fast started. Look at that. We're already 3.5 minutes in. Should I do a 3.5 minute update? Yeah, I feel great, man. I'm only 3 minutes in. Okay, let's see, at a bare minimum, let's try to get this bad boy at least 72. I think that's doable, but we're going to try and push it longer than that. I'll see you guys on the other side. All right, we're already about 15 minutes in. I was going to do the weigh-in, but you know what? It's 8 o'clock at night. It would be kind of silly to do the weigh-in now. So I'm probably going to weigh in the morning, and then we'll get a real accurate read of where we started and where we ended up. And for now, let's get this physique check-in. All right, the fast is officially in motion, about 15 minutes in. I'll see you guys in the morning. We'll do our weigh-in and then kind of go over how the day is gonna go. All right, see you guys in the morning. Look at that. We're already 12 hours in. It's too soon to actually notice any changes or differences, but they're starting to come soon, and I'm getting ready for them. I want to show you guys my electrolyte drink. I'm gonna be having this throughout the whole fast. Let's start out with a liter. So what I got right here is Epsom salt. I don't actually measure this one out. I just take a pinch like that and throw that in the jar. Maybe do like one more pinch. There you go. Next up we got pink salt. You can use sea salt as well. It's no big deal. Salt is basically salt. All that stuff about, oh, it's got the extra vitamins and whatever, they're trace amounts, so it's negligible. But the thing we're going for here is the sodium, and salt's pretty potent in sodium, so happy with that. Last thing we got, potassium chloride, going for half a teaspoon. Boom. This is how you make your own electrolytes at home. Saves a ton of money. If you were to get something like Element or Liquid IV, there's a few other popular brands out there. They're costing you almost like $1 to $2 per serving. With this, you know, you get a bag of salt, a jar of potassium chloride, and a thing of Epsom salt. You could probably make 1,000 liters worth of electrolyte drinks. Saves you thousands of dollars. There's really no reason not to make this stuff at home. Some people might, complain about the flavor, but weigh the options. Would you rather save $1,000 or have a fruity flavored drink? I mean, come on. So anyways, for 12 hours in, I'm gonna head into work, first day fasting. It's actually good to be busy while fasting, so going into work is great. Easier to fast on weekdays than it is on the weekends. And the reason for that is most of the times when you eat, you're actually bored. If you're busy, you're not bored, it's easy to stay fasting. Just make sure your electrolytes are good, you can still work out, do all the things you like to do. But you gotta have your electrolytes. All right, look at that. We're about 22 hours in. Going well so far. The electrolytes have been really helping me stay mentally sharp and also physically able during this transition period. I had my first real set of hunger around 2 p.m. Powered through it, and now it's around 6:30. I just got done with work. Really, all I gotta do is make it to bed tonight, and I think that I'm in the clear, because the first day of fasting, in my opinion, is always the hardest. Reason for that being is your body likes to be in homeostasis, and you got this thing called circadian rhythm. So if you don't know what that is, basically your body's got like an internal involuntary schedule that it likes to follow. So it wants to be hungry at certain times, wants to get food at certain times, wants to sleep at certain times, and it expects these things. That's how it maintains homeostasis. When you fast, you eliminate all food, so you are throwing your body completely out of homeostasis. Your circadian rhythm is noticing that there's things missing. So that's why day one is always the hardest. You're adapting, and once you're fully adapted, day 2, day 3, day 4, it's really at that point a matter of, can you maintain it? And a lot of the times the lifestyle is really the reason you end a fast early. But as long as your electrolytes are maintained, you can go for a pretty long time. Like I said, I'm doing open-ended fast. We're just going to see how far we can take this. It's 6 p.m. By tomorrow morning, I'll officially be past that 30-hour mark, so I'm excited for that. Everything gets easier from here on out. With that, you guys, I'm going to take it easy tonight. Just try to get through these last little bit of hunger pains, and I should be good to go. Last night, I got so close to bailing out. I stayed through it. I told myself, laying in bed, all I got to do is just fall asleep. And I did, and I made it. I'm 36 hours in. I think the hardest part is over. So last night in bed, I'm not going to lie to you guys, my hunger pains were really bad. I got this close to just saying, all right, whatever, I'm going to eat something. But I didn't, and we're good. Physically, I feel fine. Mentally, I feel fine. It was the hunger pains that I was fighting through, and now that those are gone, I think it's going to be easy from here on out. It's the morning. I'm going to shower. I'm going to go to work. I'm going to try to have a normal day. I haven't exercised yet, so I think that kind of helps. I usually associate lifting weights with eating food, so for now, I'm just going to kind of not work out. But we'll see how I feel after work. Maybe things will change. All in all, 36 hours in. If I was going to try to go for 72 hours minimum, I'm at the halfway point. It's an open-ended fast, so there's no rules, there's no limit. We're just going to see how far we can take things. And I'm 36 hours in, so I'll feel good about that. I'll see you guys after work. Just about 46 hours. What do you say we get out of the kitchen and take a walk? I thought I'd mix up the environment a little bit since we've been in the kitchen a few times in a row now. I don't know what time you're watching this video, but here in Michigan, January 17th, it's cold. We got this whole polar vortex thing going on right now, and I'm freezing, but want to at least get out the dog and have fun with that. So today was pretty good. I feel a lot better today, and a lot of that has to do with what I believe is something called homeostasis. Now that my body's about 46 hours into fasting, my circadian rhythm understands that I don't have any food coming in. So now it's like, okay, if there's no food coming in, I don't need to use ghrelin, the hunger hormone, to make this dude hungry. My energy is high, my brain feels good, no brain fog, and now the hunger pains are gone. I think the hardest part is over, and really at this point, it's kind of like just seeing how far I can go. So I think what I'm gonna try and do in a little bit here, oh man, there's a dog. Hold on, I might have to see if this dog's all right. I don't think their owner's around. All right, Poodle, show me, where do you live? I'm gonna figure out whose dog this is, and then I'm gonna check back in a little bit. Hey, buddy, show me your house. Where do you live? Well, that was weird. I just escorted this dog home, and the owner didn't even seem to really care. Oh, I would never let my dog out of the house and just nonchalantly be like, "Oh yeah, that's my dog." Anyways, I'm making a fasting video. I don't even care about this neighborhood dog. It's a cute dog though. So anyways, I'm about to go try lifting some weights. I haven't lifted yet while I've been fasting, and normally when I lift weights, I associate that with eating. So we'll see how this goes, but just want to see how far I can take it. You know, there's no end goal here, but I do think a nice benchmark would be to hit 72 hours minimum. I think that's totally doable. The longest I've ever gone is 109. So I don't know. That's an extra 40 hours basically. We'll see if that happens. Taking things one day at a time. I'm about to go to the gym. We'll see how that goes. Oh man, is it cold out there. So I just got back from the gym, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I think it took a little bit of the wind out of my sails, but what can you really expect when you're about 48 hours into a fast and you go to the gym? It's actually a weird experience when you work out this long into a fast. It's weird. I don't know how to exactly articulate it, but like there's no lactic acid buildup, so like you don't get sore, there's no burn. It's just like you eventually get weak and you can no longer move the weight, but you can't feel it. I don't really know how else to explain that, but I don't know if I'll work out again during this fast. You know, the gym is always going to be there, but you know, a prolonged fast, I want to go for longevity here, and I feel like if I continue lifting weights, I'll probably burn myself out and require to eat. I didn't lift as much weight as I normally do, and I didn't go for as many sets, so I don't feel hungry, but I definitely feel like I've drained myself a little bit. It's not like it's undoable. It's not like it's undoable. I'd say the conditions weren't perfect for working out. So I would still say it's definitely possible to exercise, even play sports while fasted. Maybe like once you get into this 48-hour range, your performance is definitely going to suffer. It's manageable, but I think the performance drop off is enough that I wouldn't recommend it if you were trying to win or be competitive. You know, I do play hockey, so I got a hockey game Friday night. If I'm still fasting by Friday night, we'll see what happens. We'll play it by ear, but I don't think I could play a good game of hockey this deep into a fast. Maybe if it was like day 1 or day 2, but if day 4 is definitely not good hockey conditions. Well, anyways, guys, I'm gonna lay low. We're at officially 2 days. Pretty happy with that. I'm gonna tough it out. We'll see tomorrow if clear up some of that fatigue feeling. I actually have like a slight mild headache, so I'm gonna go drink some salt water, and I think that'll probably clear that up. Until then, I'll see you guys in the morning. Hopefully, this thing says 60 the next time I see you.
A few moments later.
All right, guys, I cannot tell a lie. It's 12:30 at night. I'm at 52 hours. I am about to break my fast. I thought I was going to go out to 72 hours, but the hunger pains tonight were just really extreme. I'm going to try and have these 2 tins of sardines, maybe a little bit of butter, still trying to stay in ketosis, but at some point you got to say, is this worth losing sleep over? I think in the long run, if I'm losing weight, I'm happy with that. So I'm gonna break this fast and kind of go over what I think happened. That it was going really well, and then the hunger pains just hit really hard, and then I had to make an executive decision, and I broke my fast at 52. Was hoping to get to 72, and that was like the bare minimum. But either way, I'm gonna eat these so I can get some sleep, and then we'll break down what happened tomorrow. We lost weight, so I'm happy with that. It's all progress, baby. So unfortunately with this fast, I kind of bailed out a little bit early, and I've had some time to think about it, and I think I've identified some of the things that led into that and what I would do in the future to go forward. So first things first, I think I got off maybe not to the best start. I don't know when you're gonna watch this video, but for me, a big factor that led into the start of my fast is right here. I'm a big Lions fan, and Sunday, the Lions won their first playoff game ever or at least since I've been alive. 31 years, I've never seen the Lions win a playoff game, let alone, I mean, they've made the playoffs like 3 or 4 times, never won one. So I bring that up because I don't really drink much. I'm not really a drinker, but in this one exception, I did have a couple beers, especially late at night. They started the game at 8, so it kind of led into the night, and then Martin Luther King Day, we all had the day off, so it was kind of like a second Saturday. I just didn't get the fast off on the right footing. I did start the fast Tuesday, but Monday was kind of like a recovery day. It's not the best, it's not an ideal setup for starting a fast. So I think next time what I would do, and I'm not really a drinker anyway, so the next time I attempt a fast, I'll just make sure that I haven't had any alcohol in maybe 3 to 5 days before starting. I think that would go a long way. The next thing that happened, I was getting really bad hunger pains on day 2, and I think some things that I could do to mitigate that, you know, I was peeing pretty yellow. I maybe was on a slightly dehydrated state, so I was definitely doing good with my salts, my magnesiums. Mentally, I felt fine, and physically, I felt good until I went to the gym. But I do think some of the hunger pains might have been a sign of dehydration, not necessarily hunger. It was really rough at night. I was able to get through it during the day, but man, laying in bed, I was in bed for, I don't know, maybe like an hour and a half, just kind of staring at the ceiling, and I just couldn't sleep. So I was like, you know what? I'm 50 hours in. Let's pull the plug. I really wanted to make it to the morning. If I made it to the morning, that would have put me at like 60, and I might have even able to continue onward through the day. In that state that I was in, I just had to pull the plug on it. That is what it is. I still lost a little bit of weight, not as much as I would like. A 2-day fast, you're looking at maybe like 1.5 pounds of body fat burned off, which is actually pretty sweet. I was hoping for it to be a little bit more than that, but there's no rush. My goal is to get to 180, but it doesn't have to happen tomorrow. And the nice thing is I can take as much time getting there as I want. Realistically, the slower the better, but you know, I want to have fun with things. Every week I want to try something different that I didn't do the previous week to kind of make things fun and interesting. So that's the general idea. I've already got the food that I'm going to have for next week. So this next week is going to be all carnivore. I've got steak and I've got eggs. The eggs last week were really hitting it for me. So I want to keep that going. It's going to be strict carnivore for a week. That's what's going to be coming up. So stay tuned for that one. I don't want to write this video off as a failure, but I definitely didn't hit my original goal. Everything's a learning experience, and you know, truth be told, I hadn't fasted since September. I had to kind of shake the rust off on my fasting abilities. I think I'll try a fast again in February. This time we're definitely going to shoot for 72 hours, come hell or high water. Look forward to that. It'll be in about a month or so. Until then, let's keep doing this carnivore gig, and it's working for me. So road to 180, let's go. I'm going to leave this here. Go ahead and like the video, guys, and also subscribe to the channel. All of your input greatly helps me grow. I know I'm a newer channel, so if you've made it this far, I really appreciate you giving my channel a chance. I look forward to the future. I see this as the beginning of a beautiful thing. If you're here, I'm glad that you're with me at the beginning of this journey. I think that's so cool. I'm going to take off. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.